Guys, so we are going to make a 1-point perspective house today, and so it's a pretty simple method. Please follow along on a regular pencil and with regular pencil and paper. If you want to try it digitally later, you are welcome to. If you want to turn your final in digitally on like a paint program or something, if you have access to it, that's fine. Otherwise, do it with pencil and paper. You can use colored pencils, you can use graphite, whatever you want, but make sure you do turn that final document in on the reflection form on our assignment. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with a horizon line, and this is just a horizontal line that's in the center usually of your paper all the way across, and this represents where the sky meets the earth, or some people like to say it's eye level. All right, and then we're going to have a vanishing point. And so this is the point where everything in your picture would vanish to in a 1-point perspective drawing. And in this case, it's going to be our house. So I'm going to make a dot. This is the vanishing point. It is literally a point in the center of my horizon line. Okay, and then the next step is to start our house. So I'm going to start with a square, or you could do a rectangle, whatever you want. And I'm going to make it below our horizon line. So it's going to be in my foreground. And if you remember back in class, we talked about the foreground is the front, the thing that's closest to us in our paper. So I'm going to start with a square. And then I have to be able to see the sides. And in this case, I might see a little bit of the top. All right, so I'm going to draw lines from the 3 corners that are closest to my vanishing point. So 1, 2, 3. All right, and then the next step is to draw the sides, okay, or the back lines. And these lines are going to be parallel with our front face shape. Okay, so they should be running parallel. All right, now I'm not going to draw the top line yet because I want to add a roof onto my house. So I'm going to add just, and this is going to be a very simple house, I'm going to add a little triangle here to the top. Okay, and I am doing this with lines instead of all these shapes because a lot of you are drawing this, if you're following this tutorial, you're drawing it with physical paper and pencils, so I don't want you to have to try to decipher what I'm doing here. So I'm going to draw that orthogonal line going from that back point too, and that's going to go to my vanishing point as well. I need that back line, and this time it's going to be at a diagonal because my front face shape has a diagonal line there. So this line is parallel with this line. Now if you notice, it's kind of a mess on the inside, so these lines we're going to erase. Go get my eraser. I have to do this pretty carefully so it doesn't get to be super sloppy. So I don't need those lines anymore, kind of sketch lines. And I don't need these back lines right here either. Now I don't want to erase my horizon line. Still kind of need it. So this is essentially a house in 1-point perspective. So what I'd like you to do is add a background, add mountains, add something in the background, trees, you can add a swing set, decorate your house, color it, make it beautiful. But I would like you to try this a few times before you make that final artwork. I can't wait to see what you guys create.